All right, guys, what is going on? What is Gucci gang? Hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you are blessed, which I believe you are. If you choose to be, let's scoot this mic a little bit closer. A little bit closer. We should be good. We should be good. Drop a like on the stream if you guys had a good weekend. If you can hear me, if all is well, let me know by dropping a like on the stream when you come in here. I was looking for lower pricing a little bit earlier today, but then when I came back, I realized we had some highs on S&P. So clearly I'm wrong on that. So we'll see how it goes, because with the Nasdaq, these lows are very clean. This consolidation is very clean. Now that I was not wrong about, but being bearish, I think, for the afternoon is a bad idea, at least for right now, at least until 44, 48 is taken for the S&P, because there's definitely some stops here. Anyone who's been short today, oh shit, we might get there right now. That's why I started the stream as soon as I could, and just in case we saw that happen, just in case, you know, we saw it happen. What's good, Max, Willow, Naruto, Alex from Germany, 2020, Trillionaire Alley. What up, what up? Shay, Edgar, also from Germany, nice. Germany, I believe, is my second most viewed, like, viewership is from Germany. I think Germany and the UK, like, back and forth, is what at least it tells me. So, you know, nothing wrong with that. It's just how it is. US is number one in viewership. You know what I'm saying? And there's those highs, by the way. Man, we just ran for that. No retracement. No retracement. Doing that shit I was doing last week. It's like, all right, cool. So that's great. That's great. What's good, Beverly? Cameron Vadu. Trainer says, my weekend was so good. I thought today was the weekend. I woke up like an hour ago. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's crazy. But that's good. Then along the 1 minute mitigation is on Nasdaq due to those clean lows, but man, did price run to the upside. Yeah. Well, S&P was our leader, even though it was, oh, we're on the S&P. If you look at these, like that low and then higher low, all right, right there. And then you look at Dow. Dow has a lower low here. See that? What time was that? Like 10:40, 10:45? Okay. Right there. I think it's that. So 11:20. 11:20, 11:25. Give or take one or two of these candles. Lower Dow here. Higher S&P there. But like I said, at least on a 5 minute, there was no retracement offered. There was no retracement offered, my friend. You would have had to get in right in the middle of lunch, which I wouldn't have done, or this late imbalance here, which I probably wouldn't have done either. So, hey, just like I said on Friday, sometimes you know where the market's going to go. It's just sometimes it doesn't give you an entry, and that's all right. 12 likes, 30 viewers, man. What's up? What's up with that, man? What is up with that? Out here making me look bad, man. Out here making me look bad. Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's bad enough, man. I don't have, 200 followers on my book page. Damn it. It's bad enough, all right? Bad enough. But Nikki, happy Monday to you too. What's good, BG? What's good? Speaking of memberships, we grew a little bit this month. So we are growing month over month, but this month currently, for what is it, August, right? Yeah, August, we haven't grown all that much. I've done a very poor job the last 4 weeks. So we've only grown by like 3 or 4 members this month. So did I say I was the best marketer ever though? No, I never said that. Never once said that. So here's what's interesting, and again, we did take the highs on the S&P. Great. So we don't have that here on the Nasdaq. We don't have that here on the Nasdaq. We do have a short-term high here though. So that could be a Y slime model to go lower. That's what I'm thinking. Dow, not even close. So we'll have to see here in the afternoon. All right. So right now that looks like distribution, but do we want to short S&P? Probably not. I mean, it could be distribution. If it's our strongest index, is that really what we want to do? Is that really what we want to do? If I trusted that this was the high, I would short this. All right, I would. Am I going to do that right now? No. But I am going to watch it. With each and every one of you. So Thursday, I am going to do a stream on the Discord. So that'll be for tier 3 members. And it's going to be on journaling technical analysis. So I would hope, now this is just, me and what I expect sometimes, is if you have noticed, all right, there's almost 40 of you here. Ooh. If you've noticed the last few months, what have I been telling you to do sometimes during the day? I'll say, hey, we're going to screenshot this, right? Screenshot the before and then, hey, follow up in the afternoon, right? Hopefully you've been doing that. Oh man, John. Yeah, I remember you said screenshot, but I didn't take any screenshots. Well, you're fucked. Should have been doing it. Should have been paying attention. Because Thursday, I'm going to explain a few things for you. Thursday is Willow's birthday. Very nice. Same time you usually go live? Yeah. 2020. I don't know. I just don't want to switch up the times. I want to keep the times all the same. I don't want to have different times, on different days and confuse the fuck out of everybody, or, oh, I can make this stream, but I can't make this other stream. And then people are going to complain, and I don't want to hear that shit either. So yeah, it'll just probably be the normal time, but I'll probably record that though. That one I will probably record for tier 3 members for sure. So that way, if you didn't make it, I still want the tier 3 to have access to the things that they should have access to. You know what I mean? Sorry, let me just bump this up real quick. That's why I bumped it. This is the only bad thing about TradingView is when you scrunch up your chart, it scrunches up the watermarks, which I think is retarded, but whatever. But anyways, what do you guys think for this afternoon? What are y'all thinking on indices? I have not looked at currencies. I have not looked at dollar. I have only looked at indices today. What have you guys been looking at? Or do you have an expectation for the indices? The SPY as well, not equal, but very close. We gapped up this morning, and that was another justification for us, like not filling the entire gap, but filling about half of it, maybe a little bit more than half, and then trading higher. So that is also a factor as well. And this ended up being a mitigation as well. Right? Low, high, lower low, into the close on Friday. And then our today's gap. Those are just old lows. I don't need that anymore. So with that gap, okay, we came back into it. So this actually would be a mitigation model, believe it or not, at least on the ETF side. And so that, yeah, then it ran to these highs. But in all fairness, though, 1040, 1045, that's like right before lunch. So even if I wanted to take that, I probably would not have. I'd have just let it go. And that's all right. It's Monday. Don't be in a rush to do shit. Okay? Don't be in a rush to do shit. Currently in a buy on Dow from 40 or 34,513. Is that your 45 or your price level, or is that the futures price level? Can't tell if US 30 wants to take Thursday's high or if they're all going to come back for London's low. Yeah, we got to wait for a little bit more information. I don't know either. That's why I said, like, if I trusted that this would be the high, I would short this. I would that next candle here, the one I told you about, I would short that. Right? So as soon as this candle closed, this one opened, as soon as it traded higher, I would have shorted that. But I'm saying I'm not doing that right now. Like, I'm not straight up shorting this market. Personally, I want to see a little bit more information. But the old me, oh yeah, I would have shorted that. I'd be in a short like right now. Karen's tuning in before I clock into work. Very nice. Very nice. That's good. Appreciate you for tuning in. Gold was pretty clean on the 1 minute after it ran last week's high about an hour ago. We could take a look at it. Joiner says downside price. I think so too. But I wouldn't be surprised if I was wrong. Five-minute divergence between NQ and ES. Yes, I did point out a few minutes ago. We have S&P barely meeting those highs, and the Nasdaq running a short-term high. That's why I think this could be manipulation to go lower, and that this could possibly be distribution to go lower. That's what I'm thinking. Weekly imbalance that formed on Dow as well at last week's price action, looking like Wyckoff accumulation schematic. So I'm anticipating Thursday's high getting ran at some point this week. See, Naruto, that's what I like right there. Detailed, higher time frame analysis, anticipation of price movements. That's going to come in clutch on Thursday when we do our journal technical analysis stream. I'll have to watch the replay later. Your words from last week has resonated with me. No need to have FOMO. There's an abundance in the market. I didn't rush into any trades today. Yeah, I agree. Well, that's the thing. Mondays, right? Everybody hates Mondays except for traders. You know, traders look forward to Monday. They're like, oh, fuck the weekend. Screw the weekend. I'm trying to trade. And I think a lot of people rush into the market and they get screwed up. I mean, look at this morning, for example. Here's 8:30, right? What takes place? It rallies a little bit and then rips everyone a new face, right? I mean, literally, you can see it in the price action. You can see it. That's why you never want to jump the gun. You don't want to do that. You will pay for it. Literally, you will pay for it. So that's why we wait for others to jump the gun, and then we get in after everyone's been taken out. High probability trading one-on-one. Simple. Definitely need more info for this. It'll be weird trying to short this with no bullish structure to break right now to go lower. Well, my friend, I don't always need to break a structure. I think break a structure personally is the least important thing. I do point it out to you a lot. I mean, it happens a lot, but that's not always a requirement. I even made a video about that. It's called "You Don't Always Need Break of Structure." So, how about that title? You know, very ambiguous, very spooky. You know, I think that's what it's called. I'm gonna double check that real quick. Oh man, we're at 262 videos. That's crazy. That's not bad for only 6 months of being here, 7 months of being here. Oh, 8. Sorry, 8 months. Oh, there it is. It was 3 months ago. It's called "You Don't Always Need a Break of Structure." So, confirmed. Confirmed, my friend. Gotta watch that. Then I swear I always feel like I'm jumping the gun without it. Well, bro, you may not have seen a break of structure on your time frame, but there's almost always going to be one on the smaller time frame. See, like this, for example, NQ. Look, I wouldn't have taken this trade. Okay, I wouldn't have, but I can tell you right now, you're looking at the mitigation model right here. Right here. If you know the details, look right here. What's right there? What's in that blue circle? You have a break of structure here, and you have one here too. And then right there, imbalance to liquidity. What does the market do? It trades from what to what? Imbalance to liquidity. That is one of them. All right. Jolly, what happened to your green name, man? What happened to your sniper, bro? Did he go on vacation or what? What's going on? What happened, my friend? What happened? We got to know. Missed majority of last week's session because I traveled. Oh, you were traveling. It's all gravy. Personally, I don't care for traveling. I like sleeping in my own bed. Sleeping at hotels and Airbnbs, just, it ain't it. My body's always like, this isn't your bed. What the fuck? And then I just can't sleep. Oh, yikes. Isn't that mitigation with the 1035 candle? Yeah, I think you're looking at it over here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, technically, it'd be all these put together. And then there's your imbalance overlap right there. Right there. Boom. Right? Notice that. Notice price delivery. Okay? I can point things out before they happen. Of course, anybody can point things out, things that have already happened. But I'm saying, look at the response, okay? Don't look at any of this shit over here. What I'm saying is look at the response. It just so happens to trade right in there and sprint to right there. Pause, turn, done. That's what I'm saying. Price delivery, okay, is being delivered. It's algorithmic. It's a machine. It's the Matrix. I mean, it's Mr. Smith. Like, done. There's only one down or two down candles between this whole price leg here. Everything else is an up candle. It's repricing, right? Divergence down here, or maybe it was here. You saw the Dow trading, fuck, I don't remember. Maybe it was here. Whatever I pointed out like 20 minutes ago, it was down here. Then, right? So that's what I'm saying. On a 5 minute, you're looking at this like, oh man, well, it didn't come down to this imbalance down here. Right. Of course it didn't. Oh, well, it broke structure and then kind of just traded lower a little bit and then took off. Right. That's because that's just a 5 minute. And you got to understand the 1 minute's a whole new world. That's why these idiots on Twitter, oh, get off the 1 minute time frame. Really? That's why your people take trades like once every 2 weeks. They go 2 weeks without taking a fucking trade. So, come on. It's just ridiculous. It's a whole new world, but you got to know what you're doing. All right? That's all I'm saying. I love the 1 minute. I think the 1 minute's GOAT. You know what I'm saying? But obviously have higher time frame in mind first. It's all liquidity and order flow. Yeah. Fundamentals. I talked about that in the Smart Money Fundamentals video. I'm pretty sure. Your thought on dollar gold for the monthly close this week, NFP week 2. Yeah. Well, like I said, I haven't even looked at them today. I don't even know what's over there. But we can go take a look. We'll come back to indices in a minute. We'll go take a look at what gold is doing. Because I really do not know. I don't even know what's on here. I'm going to delete everything. Oh, now I remember from Friday. You guys asked me to look at it. And I expected higher pricing for this week. Because of that. And I mean, 0.2%, it ain't up all that much. It's not up all that much, but shit, man, it's something. Right? We talked about how Monday through Thursday was all up days, so Friday you can anticipate a potential down close day. Right? We've gone, I mean, I taught that lesson years ago, but we've been on here a few months now, so you should already have anticipated that. Now, you got to be careful though, because remember, I think I explained this about the S&P the other day. When you're coming off of a higher time frame run on liquidity potential, what you usually don't want to do is short into that. Okay, because like to me, this is bullish. You can still short in bullish markets, you just can't stay very long. You can't overstay your welcome. It's just like, and I always use this analogy of those robbers who robbed a Apple store and they cleared everything out in the Apple store in like under a minute or something, or under like 2 minutes. It was crazy. I showed the video and everything. And that's how it is. If you're going to be trading against what the higher time frame premise is, you better not stay long. Okay? I've never robbed a house before. I've never robbed anybody before, really. Only the banks. Lol. Right? But I guess if you were to rob somebody, you wouldn't want to do it, you know, very slowly. You'd probably want to get in there, grab your shit, and get out. Scalper's Paradise. Yeah, rest in peace, that video series. That's probably one of my favorite series of all time. We'll have to bring it back, but I mean, you guys already know. It's just order flow. It's just late order flow. That's all it is. But anyway, coming back to the topic at hand, I think gold is bullish from here. We talked about how silver was stronger. We never took those lows here. We anticipated higher pricing, and we've been getting that. So hopefully we continue. And if we get above 26s and 27s, that would make me very happy. I've been sitting on silver for a long time. I'll probably still hold it, but I'm just saying. Oh, look at that. 53 viewers, man. We're at like ATH, baby. All-time highs. Let's go. Let's go. Well, at least all-time highs for a single stream. If I dual stream with somebody else, I'll get more. But As far as me by myself, I think 55 or 56 I think is our all-time high, which is great. So again, appreciate you guys for being here. It makes me happy because you guys, you know, shows me that you're wanting to learn stuff. But I will try to calm down the cursing. I will try. I will do my best. Maybe not every day, but on most days I will try to be mindful of that. The 1 minute shows perfectly how the algorithm works. I agree, Edgar. I agree. Was good, Stephanie? What's going on, Felix? And Mundo. Morning, John. I like EU equal highs, but the setup just didn't present itself. Dude, you described last week like perfectly. At least for me. I mean, I did see some setups, but other setups, I mean, Friday, I gave you 4 business principles to skyrocket your business, and we absolutely, I mean, pinpoint, you know, saw where the Dow was going. I was like, yeah, well, this looks like a run on the low. We'll probably run for these highs. And that's exactly what we got, right? But it's just like there was no entry, though, other than the 2-minute imbalance, which was pointed out to you. But I'm not going to, you know, assume that you took that. It's just we watched it, though. But yeah, even on days like today with S&P, that would have had to been it. But that was right at the end of lunch, and I usually do not trade during that 11 to 12 hour Central Time, 11 to 12. I typically don't trade that anymore. So we'll have to give it more time. Note taking days, I agree. Well, that's the most recent video I put out, by the way. I put it out yesterday. Only we almost have more live viewers than views I got on that video. So it's always like when I make a video that's outside of trading, it always flops for some reason. It always just, nobody wants to watch it. I'm like, all right, well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I put out leadership videos, they flop. I put out business videos, they flop. I put out trading videos, they do okay, you know, relative to the channel. I'm like, all right, you people, you don't care about leadership, you don't care about business, you just want to trade. I'm not going to fault you for that. I will not fault you for that. Dow's in the middle of this range, right? From this morning's high to our current low, right in the middle of this range. That's not high probability for anything. That is not high probability, my friends. If I was short from here, I would be worried at this point. I'd be worried. The timing factor is pretty big here, meaning we've been here like 20 minutes and we haven't seen like an emphasis lower. So if we're not going to trade lower, you know, from this, then maybe it's not a stop run. So that's that. But anyways, what did y'all think about the business principles video? Or if not the video, at least Friday's stream. I only made the video to cut the, you know, content down. How long was that video? 2 days ago. That wasn't 2 days ago. All right, whatever. Anyway, that video was 1 hour and 35 minutes. And I clipped it down to 35 minutes. So I cut a whole hour off. So that way you guys could just get straight to the juice. What did y'all think of that video? Let me know in the chat. Oh, so one of you asked about euro as well. See, I'm getting better at that, not forgetting. Oh, this looks horrible. This looks horrible. Ooh. Dude. You got me burning my eyes looking at this garbage. This is terrible. What are we looking at? What are we looking at, my friends? Okay. Weekly imbalance. We're below that 108.33 level. I wonder if we anticipated that. I don't remember. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. What do we do now? Dude, I have no idea. We're right again in the middle of this range, right? You know, in the middle of ranges, yeah, you can expect consolidation, right? I mean, you know this. I can't tell which low is lower. Shit, it looks like equals to me. Either way. All right, there's your 50%. Look at what we've done. I might be off by a pip or two, but that's okay. Look at what we've done. Around 50% consolidated. I wouldn't touch this. But I guess if I was trying to mark out levels, those lows would definitely be annotated. That's weird. We just left that right there. So at least for FXCM, I don't know why some of them are FXCM, some of them are OANDA. Like, I don't know. Whatever. But this is what I've always looked at. So those are equal. That could be important. 107.65. Those lows are lower on British pound. Same thing. Right in the middle of this range. Actually, a little bit lower, it looks like. Yeah. Slightly lower. But again, general consolidation around 50%. Gross. So I'd have to wait for more information. You can see the inverse clearly on the dollar. Indices are moving. Are they? Are they moving? Oh, you're right. You're right, my good sir. They are moving. Right when I stop fucking looking at it. I'm like, all right, we're just chilling. Let's go look at currencies. And then they fucking start doing something at least. That's interesting. Now, on a normal day, I would look at that as a mitigation long here. I said, again, on a normal day, that's how I would look at it. You have an imbalance right here, and then you have this lower low here. But Dow, I think, is our laggard for today. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. Now, if we had equal highs or something to that nature, oh yeah. Hell yeah. That would be a long, in my opinion, not financial advice at all, to do that. Now, we don't have that. But I would watch this to see. I would want to know what we do from here, though. So again, what I'm doing here, not on purpose, but I am giving you conflicting information, right? Because we have the consolidation and we have the lows down here, just like on Nasdaq, right? But the Dow, that to me is probably on a normal day a long. Okay. It's just we don't have a high probability target. Nasdaq has, again, these lows. So the information to me is just a little bit conflicting. So for that reason, I'm not going to put money on the table, but I am going to watch it. I do want to see what we do. Okay? Now again, if I was short from here, I would definitely go break even. Because if this just reaches into this imbalance and then launches, yeah, I wouldn't want to be short there. Okay? GU bank holidays. Do you have the same gap on dollar on June 7th? What time frame? Remember, guys, be specific. Was good, Ivan? Which time frame do you use? Yes, George. Yes. All of them. Yeah. There's a lot of engagement farm on Twitter that I really don't care for. Like, do you prefer 1 minute, 5 minute, or 15 minute? Someone posted that earlier, and I commented yes. Like, to me, price is fractal, so there's really no best time frame. Okay, to the individual, sure, you may not like the 1 minute, but you like the 5. Great. Some people might not even care for anything less than a 15-minute or a 1 hour. Okay, great. And then, like with me for stocks, I typically don't go below the daily, so everyone has their own preference, but I utilize at least the time frames you see up here. 1, 2, 5, 15, 1 hour. I don't do the 4 hour. Daily, weekly, and then sometimes the monthly. So to be fair, I don't even know why that's checked. Probably because I really don't care about any of this shit. That looks better. I don't do 30 minutes. I don't do 45 minutes. I don't do any of that weird shit. Like with a 3 minute, I don't do it. I just go 1, 2, 5, 15, 1 hour. Okay. The 3 minute to me, it ain't me. Okay. Also 3 minutes something like this. It's not garbage. It's just, I don't prefer it. It's sort of like cars. Okay. Any car will get you there. Any car will get you there. It's just, I like Cadillacs. I like luxury. You know what I mean? But some cars I don't care for. Like trucks. I don't care for trucks. I think most people who have trucks don't even use them the right way, because trucks are designed to, haul shit, move shit around. And out of all the trucks I see, most of them don't do that. They don't even use trucks how they're supposed to be used. Okay. Whereas like Cadillacs, for example, they're comfortable. I don't know if every Cadillac comes with Bose sound systems, but I like Bose car, systems. They sound really nice. So I enjoy the ride. You know what I mean? So it's all just preference. All right. Anyway, we'll come back to this in a minute. I wanted to finish what we were doing. What were we doing? It was the dollar, wasn't it? I believe it was. Yeah, that's right. Right at 50%. Look at that. Right at it. Interesting. Gap from Thursday. I think that might have been the question you were looking at. Thursday's close to Friday's open. There was a gap there. Yes. So that would be it, probably. Right there. So mean, I could like that for probably higher pricing, but again, not doing anything near 50%. So, just rates impacting New Zealand on CAD, Euro, British pound, and dollar, EU holiday, also China inflation. What currencies will fall first? I don't know, Stephanie. I don't know. All of that is more like macroeconomics. So I'm more of a microeconomics kind of guy. Like very, very, very short term. I don't hold things, too many things long term. So the reason for that is because there's too many factors to consider that it's just, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but I've never been good at that. Okay. Even, you know, and I'm gonna say this, okay, but not with too much ego, but you know, I have called trades bigger than 99% of people. Okay. But I will tell you that was a lot of those were not on purpose. Like I didn't think some of those would run for like years. You know what I mean? Like I didn't think that would happen. Okay. Otherwise, I would have said that going into it. But some of them just happened to pan out that way. Okay. Because I don't know. How the fuck am I supposed to predict a move between now and the next 2 years? Like, oh yeah, it's going to run the next 2 years. I'm not doing that. There's too many factors. Interest rate decisions. Again, macroeconomics. Global pandemics. Okay. I didn't, you know, see that coming. I'm sure someone out there did, not me. So oil production, right? OPEC, all that shit. I can't, you know, tell you what they're going to do a year and a half from now. So I avoid all that to me. I like the intraday stuff or intra week, like short term stuff. I can rock with that. But anything higher than that, it ain't me, bruh. It ain't me. Almost 60 viewers. Look at that. Welcome, everyone. I feel like maybe the title helps. Live smart money concepts analysis. I feel like that's a little bit of SEO there. We'll see. I forgot where it was in the chat. Holding trades for months. Yeah. I mean, I've held stocks, options, metals for months, but not like a Forex pair or like a futures contract. I mean, futures contracts expire anyway, so it's, you know, you have to like roll over or whatever, and I'm not doing all that. What's your view on dollar and bricks? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the best person to ask about that shit. I don't know anything about it. It's eye candy. What's eye candy 2020? What is eye candy? Besides my bookshelf. My bookshelf is pretty eye candy, you know what I mean? At least I think so. I like bragging about my books, okay? I will brag about my books. It's one of my favorite material possessions is my bookshelf. But the Stoics would say, enjoy what you have, but don't be upset if you were to lose them. So I wouldn't be upset. I'd probably have to grab my my notes binder though. If the house was on fire and I had to get out, I would grab my notes probably and then dip. But couldn't grab my whole bookshelf if the house was on fire. You can always buy books again. It's cool. Oh, the title, yeah, it might be. Might be. Oh, I think the thumbnail is still that a picture of that bank as well. So maybe. I don't know. I don't know. What do you mean by normal day when you said you would see Dow as a mitigation? Okay, I'll try to explain that one again. So here's the problem. ES, okay, S&P has taken these equal highs, right? We said that looks like probably manipulation, could be distribution. The old me would have shorted that to go lower, okay? And I talked about how this would be a short as well, like that next candle right here. Like that would be a short because we failed to get above this high. And if that is your, you know, divergence, if you will, then this would be a short, okay? Now, we did spend a lot of time around there, so I did get a little bit shaky. I told you I'd be a little worried about that. If I was short here, I'd be a little bit worried because it's dancing around the entry, and I don't like that. Okay? And then when it came to Dow, I said, all right, on a normal day, this would be a long. But I'm not going to long this because, number one, we have no high probability target. There's no equal highs. There's nothing. Okay, there's nothing here that indicates me to long this. Right? Dow, I think, is our weakest index as well. So we would be violating a ton of rules. We would be longing the laggard. I usually don't want to do that. There is an imbalance and a mitigation, but the mitigation model requires what? There has to be a high probability target. We don't have that. So now look at it. It's ripping through now. Right? It's ripping a little bit lower than what it was responding to earlier. The setup can always be there. You can always have a beautiful setup. Doesn't mean it's worth taking. You know what I'm saying? And I used to talk about relationships that way too. You know, you could see an attractive person. Attractive people are everywhere. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, for me, it's attractive women. I like women, all right? But no judgment, okay? If you like other people, okay, you can find anybody attractive, cool. But what matters more than what they look like is their character. You could date an amazing person. They look great, but they could be an asshole. You know what I mean? Or they could just be depressed. All right. Who wants to date somebody like that? You look good, but you're lazy and you don't want to do shit. And all you do is complain. That's not a good relationship, right? That's not somebody you want to be with. Okay. So it looks great, but on the inside is rotten. Okay. Trading is the same way. It might look good, but it might not go how you think it's going to go. So again, we're watching this because the information is conflicting. It's conflicting. As far as the alerts go today, we've been here almost an hour, so we are going to hop off here pretty soon. But again, it's hard to say. The information is conflicting. What I am going to put an alert at, though, is 14,973.5 for the Nasdaq. That, I believe, could be a downside objective for today. The S&P, we don't really need an alert because we already had these highs that were met, so that would have gone off already. So I'm not going to put an alert there. With Dow, I'm not doing shit with that either. So back in the middle of the range again. We've had internal range liquidity here, so IRL here. Okay. I think the only thing we have now is external here, below these lows. So that's what I'll be watching for this afternoon. Okay? That's what I'll be watching for. So, do we get that? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Okay? We won't know till later. A good entry setup is not confirmation enough. Was an expensive learning. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've taken setups that make you want to over leverage. Ran straight to stop loss. So, trust me. Been there. Done that. 1 minute at the... how do you get this heart off of here? It like cuts off the chat. That little reaction shit. I don't know how to get rid of that. But anyway, 1 minute at the liquidity sweep. ES and Nasdaq have bearish divergence. All right. Weak low on S&P from the lunchtime as a target. I'm not sure what a weak low is, George. I'm not sure what that is. With the Dow, you don't consider previous week's highs a high probability target? Well, it could be, but if it's our laggard today, I don't want to long the laggard, my friend. That's where the issue is. What's today? Monday, right? Yeah. So Thursday. So you're talking about that? Could be. But again, it's our laggard. Look at this shit. Look at that shit. It fucking ran right through that. It ran right through that. Look at that. See, now, in what used to get me as well is I used to think this would be a mitigation here. Like this, right? That's not a long, in my opinion. That's not a long here. Like this imbalance right there, this to me is not a long. Why? These lows. These lows. Okay? So how would you feel right now if you were short? How would you feel if you were short? If I was longing here, I'd be fucking mad, right? Because now it's trading below the mitigation and it's trading below the lower end of the imbalance too, right? So again, if it's not looking like it's long, what do you think it's going to be? What do you think it's going to be? Hasn't taken liquidity. If it had, it would have been a better mitigation, right? No, it did. Anytime there's a lower low, it took liquidity. Because even there's some lows right here that it took the short term. But to me, it just came back for trailing stops. Or anyone who was short from this morning. Which is again why I said that looks like distribution. And why I'd be short on that next candle. The old me would have been short here. It's at the beginning of the stream. It's right there at 12:10. Right there at 12:10, I said I'd be short. I also told you I wouldn't take this today, but look what price has done. What's lower, isn't it? From here, 70, yeah, 71 points roughly. It's not bad. I just mean like the old, like the way I used to trade. I used to short above old highs. That's where Y Slime came from. Your stop loss and my entry. That's where that came from. If you can see that. I do have the member goal right there, but it's right here. But I also said I don't do that anymore because I typically wait for an imbalance or something and then get in. Why did I stop? Because I used to be right and be wrong, but I think I was wrong more times than I was right. And it just, I found it better to wait and have a lower amount of risk. And that's what I went with. So now it's at 15K. So it should have no problem trading below those lows now. It should have no problem getting there. Right? Because all this shit's already been dealt with. And it's trading right through that. I mean, look at that. That's some fierce down candles, isn't it? We'll give it a few more minutes, just in case it happens to slap you on the stream. The low from lunchtime got taken on. Yes, did it? Ooh, look at that. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We probably shouldn't have. I guess we should have put an alert there. That's fine. What's the market trade to? What does it do? Where does it trade from? Liquidity to liquidity. Come on. Come on, chat. Same shit, different day. Same shit, different day. Oh, you know what? You know what? This is hindsight. This is hindsight. So I'm not going to brag about it. But that right there is a mitigation. Distribution. Mitigation. Down to the lows. I don't think we were watching the 1 minute in here though. 22 minutes ago. I don't think we were watching the 1 minute. But that's not bad. Actually, that's pretty good. If you ask me. Because we talked about that. We talked about how this would be distribution. Or it looked like distribution. It wasn't a lot though. It didn't run that high by much. Shit, it didn't even get to 44.48. It stopped short by one tick. But there's your break of structure. There's your mitigation. Imbalance just below that. Done. Face ripping commenced. The Nasdaq didn't even trade to that same candle. Couldn't do it. Weak sauce. Weak sauce, ladies and gents. Very, very weak. But great observation, George. Thank you for contributing to the stream. For stock options, I use an app. I use an app for that. The European Central Bank had a birthday party today. I'm all right. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that information. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. What am I supposed to do with that? Good for them. Good for them. All right. Let us watch that 5-minute balance here. Excuse me. Man, I'm glad I went to the store this morning though. And I got my shopping done early. It's in the 90s now. It was beautiful too. Like right when I left, I was like, fuck, I should be outside reading right now. Gold? What about gold? What about it? All right, Trillion, have a good one. Hopefully you had some fun on the stream today. Have you guys had fun today? Let me ask you. Wait, Trillion, before you go, let me ask you that. I need your vote. These are the only votes that ever count. All right, here on this channel. Did you have fun today? Did you have fun today? I always feel bad when we get a lot of viewers too, because it's like we go up and up and up, and then I get off, so we lose. You know, we lose it. Make sure you vote in there before you go. How do I know if it's a liquidity sweep? Sometimes it sweeps again. Dylon, I have gone over that before, but I will tell you one thing is timing, and another thing is correlation. Correlation. Okay. That's why I told you that this. Okay. Why it looked like a stop run. Look at that wick right here. Right? Came up, closed lower, but that by itself is not enough. We looked at S&P. And what did the S&P do? It was higher. So the Nasdaq, having it been lower, it still ran liquidity, but not the morning's high. Okay? So there you go. Appreciate that, Stephanie. Cooking over that heat. Yeah, I did. I was in the car and I got home and then shut the car off. And then I was trying to post to my book page and then I was cooking. Started sweating. I was like, Jesus, I need to get inside. Almost died. Anyway, 25 votes, 100% said they had fun today. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. But to be fair, I never thought I would have been able to be like this in the beginning. I meant to share my I meant to share something in the Discord. I'll see if I can find it. I took a picture of my old desk, like when I was in the military still, and it was horrible. It was small desk. I had I think 13-inch MacBook Pro, wooden seat. That's probably why my back is so fucked up. And I took a picture because I was like, one day, you know, this might be worth sharing one day. And that was, I think, 2015 or 2016. It was about 7 years ago. Time flies, man. But I'll share that in Discord later. And yeah, man, I mean, it's pathetic. Literally, it's pathetic. It's just a small desk with a small chair, small laptop, and a speaker. Wires all over the place. Looked like a bowl of spaghetti had spilled over. And nothing on the walls. I mean, it was just bland. But there I was, trying to learn how to trade. Good times. So what we'll do is I'll probably give it like 5 or 10 minutes and then we'll shut it down because I don't want to sit here for the entire afternoon session. But you guys have the alerts, or the alert rather. I don't think we did multiple alerts. We just had the one for Nasdaq. So we'll keep that. And then that'll probably be it for today. Shit, I might have to take a nap, dude. For real. Might have to take a nap. Today had some action. It definitely did. It definitely did. 31 votes. 100% of you said you had a fun day. 106. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to take a quick break. But I'll leave this up here. All right, I'm back. Y'all still here? Or did we lose some people? Just a quick break. My phone was charging as well. Had to come back for that.
As Aurelius said, when two people are fighting in the boxing ring and they're going at each other, clawing.
Speaking, I don't know if you guys heard that, but speaking of Marcus Aurelius, I shared a book earlier today on my my book page, The Wall Shelf on Instagram. Shared a book, Lives of the Stoics, which is pretty good. Pretty good, I must say. Everyone's still here. That's good. That's good. Guess we can take that off. All right. So at this point in the day, what I would be watching is, again, you said earlier, one of you said earlier that this liquidity was taken. That to me, of course, would be a partial. It would probably also be a partial on Nasdaq as well. Even though we have a lower target, that still would be a partial to me, just in case we happen to be wrong. I just saw Will's comment. Just in case I happen to be wrong, if this thing happens to fly higher, then at least we're getting out of a long on the way lower. You know what I mean? So it's hard to teach, you know, trade management when not too many people actually teach it, you know, but with the S&P making that lower low, I think that would include, for me, that would probably include a partial for the Nasdaq. Okay. And then Dow, right? So let's follow up with this mitigation here, right? Look at that. It got its face ripped off. It absolutely obliterated that. And, oh, those are the old highs from Friday. I remember that. We can take that off of here. Okay. So if there's one thing that I would suggest, well, yeah, let me rephrase that. If there is one thing that I think benefits traders probably more than anything else, is discernment. I know I talked about this before. Discernment. Okay. And I know Ali had asked about that one time. I don't know if she's still here, but we were watching another streamer, and I think he wanted the long or short, or he wanted to do something. And then I said, no, I'm not going to do that, because I feel like I have a very high level of discernment. Okay. And this is one of those times, right? It looks good. It does. It even gave a small reaction there. But yet what happened? It got obliterated. That would have went straight to stop loss. So, you know, if there's at least one thing that I would say traders need, is discernment, man. You could have all the psychological skills you could ever need, but discernment, I think, is going to help keep you out of bad trades. Okay. So here's the thing too. What we should have did was screenshot that, to be honest. I'm going to save this whole conversation for Thursday. Okay. Because that's going to be for the members only on Discord. I mean, I could always make the YouTube, you know, membership only, but we have a Discord, might as well fucking use it. So we'll be on Discord on Thursday, same time. Okay. But this is important. Okay. And again, I'm going to expand on this discernment rather and journaling on Thursday. Okay. We'll give it a little bit more time. I just want to see if we can get an expansion lower. I'll just give it a little bit more time. But Willow's over there fighting demons. And charting at the same time. Love to see it. I love to see it. $36 votes, 97% said they had fun. I think only 1 or 2 of you didn't have fun today. Well, can't have them all, folks. Can't win them all. That's all right. The majority of videos are in the 97 percentile. A couple of them in the 80 percentile. That's because those are shorts. But all the streams here are either 97 or 100%. So I'm pretty good with that. I'm pretty good with that, my friends. So as soon as, if price gets down here and the alert goes off, I'm no longer interested in entering on anything else today. Okay? So that means the day would be it. I probably wouldn't sit here and watch the final hour and all that. Done. Okay? I would be done. Now let's just zoom out for just a minute. And let's just take a gander. A look-see. A look-see here. What do we got? We have this big old 1 hour imbalance right there. All right. Inside of that, we do have, unless my face is covering it, I don't think so. You have this 15-minute here as well. So I guess if I had to say, how far would it be able to go? 1950, maybe 1940, or I don't know why I said 19. 14,950 or 14,940 could possibly be an extension there. So that's what I would leave on the chart for this afternoon. I'd pretty much have it just like this. Pretty much just like that. All right. Any last minute questions before we hop off for the day? Now is the time. I might need to eat lunch too. You never eat? No, I don't. I mean, I do, but I woke up, I looked at the charts for a minute, but I knew I had to go. So I went to the store. I went to Starbucks and I had I forgot what it's called. It's like a wrap, but it's egg white and feta or some shit. I don't know. It looked healthy. It really wasn't all that great, but you know, I didn't want to get the sausage, bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. That shit's good, but I'm trying to live a little bit more healthier lifestyle. All right. So I got that, and that it just was not a lot of food. Okay. And it feels like I didn't eat it all. It wasn't really a wrap. It was more so of like, I don't know. It just had no substance in it. It was flat. Tacos? No, I can't do tacos today. I could, but I'm not going to. Would you still trade and watch the markets if you wouldn't get money from it? Oh, of course. Of course. But what do you mean trade and not get money from it? I don't understand that. What do you mean by that? I'm not sure what that means, my friend. Still counts as experience, bro. Watching it. You're watching live price. You're watching the algorithm deliver price. If we get it correctly, if we analyze it correctly, it should reprice lower. Okay? But there's always going to be, 100% of the time, there's always going to be room for error. There's going to be room for might get it wrong. You know what I mean? Or you might be right to a degree, and then it comes back, to your entry, or comes back to consolidate into the close. So what do you do with that? It's not going to run to your stop. It's not going to run to your TP either. So then what do? Right? You're going to have situations like that as well. So, you got to have a plan for that too. But I'm just saying, it's like what you want to watch and study is price. Okay. Where does it go? How does it get there? Where does it go? How does it get there? And that's why, again, my tweets usually go right more than they do wrong. And it's usually why I tell you what I think is going to happen. Am I wrong at times? Hell yeah. Absolutely. But I'm saying we talked today about this being distribution. I told you why and where we're likely to go. What happened here? Well, we fucking dropped. We sank. Now, we highlighted this potential imbalance here to see what is price going to do. Because I'm just thinking it's going to trade up into it and then lower. If it doesn't do that, if it trades above this imbalance, if it closes above this box here, I would not be interested in shorts anymore. And I think there's a 15-minute here as well. So it could still dig into that a little bit. But if it trades above that, like back into the 60s, I would not be interested in shorts anymore. So like, let's say, for example, if we shorted either above that high or even like right there, what we talked about earlier, I would have been breaking even by now. I'd be probably at least 10 to 15 points in profit. Stop loss into profit. And I would be watching right now. Okay, cool. We're allowed to come back into this imbalance. I'm not going to be clenching my ass cheeks about that. But if we trade above that, yeah, that's not what I want to see. Okay, I want to see price trade into that imbalance and rip lower. Because I'm giving you my thought process and experience on watching indices. Well, price action in general, but indices more than anything else here. Have a good one, Stephanie. Oh, is there more passion for the markets than the money aspect? Well, I mean, I make money multiple different ways, not just from trading. So, and that's another thing too, man. When we get into discussions like that, like being a full-time trader, a full-time entrepreneur, whatever, of all the people that I know that trade, they all have more than just trading. You look at any of them, anyone on Twitter, same thing. right? Either multiple funded accounts or some sort of business, or I mean, they could even be private equity. You know, they could be investing in other projects, just not publicly, like angel investor type shit, you know? So that's why I've always been against that idea of I want people to learn how to trade, okay? But would I recommend trading to be your only source of income? I don't agree with that. Like, I think that puts too much pressure onto taking trades and trying to, you know, get something out of the market every week. When you have money coming in from different places, it makes trading a lot more easier. It makes analysis a lot more easier because there's no pressure. Does that make sense? So more times than not, if I tell myself, all right, John, you're not going to take a trade today, the analysis is so much easier. And then I could even end up still taking a trade because that analysis has been done with no anxiety, no scarcity, and it's a passive, I guess, like a passive aspect. Like, I'm going to be on the side if I'm not going to trade today unless there's a really good setup. You know what I'm saying? And that's when the easiest analysis comes. Since I watch the indices, I feel like they run so more clean than Forex. Is that only a habit thing, or how can I say that? Well, it's all the same to me. It's all manipulation. It's all price delivery. It's all specific time windows and days of the week and shit like that. It's all the same in terms of cleanliness. Now, sometimes you could probably, you know, look at, oh, the indices are a little bit more clean today than Forex, or Forex is more clean today than indices and stuff like that. It just all depends, but ultimately, I think it's just all the same shit. Most of them have multiple funded accounts, right? But they also do other shit too. Most of them have mentorships, or they're trying to sell, you know, their PDFs and shit. You know, so, or they have YouTube memberships like I do. I mean, there's tons of traders out there, and I can almost guarantee you 99% of them have multiple sources. Would you recommend trading be the first serious income source for the people that are younger? Here, that'll be the last question for today, because I could talk about this shit all day. If I were to start over, like if I had no experience trading, no knowledge about trading, I would have went to a trade school, like an electrician or a plumber, or I would have went into the construction field or something that you can make a lot of money in and then learn trading at the same time and have that money coming in from whatever job. Okay. Jobs are a wonderful thing. Okay. I know sometimes we talk shit about jobs or whatever, but in the short run, they're great. In the long run, they're terrible. Okay. So I would want to have that coming in. I'd be putting money away to the side every time I got paid. I always did that too. Okay. When I got older, at least. When I was younger, I was an idiot. But after I got good with money, I was like, yeah, I got to pay myself first, which I do talk about in my next book, by the way, which I did work on this weekend, just so you know. I put in like 5 or 6 hours this weekend with that, outlining everything and all that shit. But the point is, I would have that money coming in. That way I wouldn't be forced to learn how to trade. I wouldn't be forced to make money from trading as soon as possible. That pressure is what fucks people up. That's why I don't agree with putting a date on success. I don't agree with that. Some do, some don't. There's gurus out there. I think Jim Rohn or, you know, some of those personal development gurus they tell you to put a date on success. If you want to, go for it. I personally do not recommend that. You're going to put too much pressure on yourself. Pressure to some degree is okay, but too much pressure and you're going to fold. That's just how it is, bro. I see it. I see it happen. Hell, I've even done it. There is such thing as like trying too hard. That is the thing. Oh, Cameron is a plumber. Okay. Helps being able to only work 2 or 3 days a week and then trade the rest of the week. Right. That's what I'm saying. So if I was a plumber, I would work Friday through Monday and then trade Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Perfect. That's a perfect schedule. Best of both worlds. Make money from your job and then trade on the best days of the week. I told you if I ever had to do that again, if I have to go back to having a job again, that is what I would do. I'd say, all right, this sucks, but I can at least still trade and make money when the markets aren't open. So, you know, the pressure makes blown accounts. Yes. Then you have no income. Right. So, all right, that's going to do it for today, guys. Y'all be blessed. You've got an alert down there. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. But that'll be all. All right. So y'all be good, man. Stay blessed. 39 votes, 97% said you had fun today. I like it. Thanks, guys, for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. Here, same time, same place. I can't find my end screen. There it is. Y'all be good, man.